The Environment and Resource Stewardship School is really based out of thankfulness to God, the creator and sustainer of life. When you look all around you at the beauty of what He has made, land, mountains, water, people, you can't help but be amazed. We are committed to restoration and reconciliation, seeing restored relationships between people and God, people to their communities, and people to their land and habitat. Equipping each person with tools to serve and problem-solve difficult and life-threatening situations with communities around the world.
Here at YWAM Salem, we've really tried to make that a model of what we've done here at this campus, of being able to be stewards of what we have here, and to put it into practice here, and then to be able to use that in other communities around the world.
Many people who have worked in missions find that they need more practical tools for living in communities with natural resource-related challenges.
I think that in my life, I had a desire to do ears before I even knew that ears existed. I saw many times in many places around the world an inability to be as effective as I knew God wanted me to be in places. And I just didn't have the training. I had years in YWAM. I had the heart to help people. I had the desire to stay and be effective in places, but I just didn't have the ability.
During a week-long ecology transect, students participate in on-site and hands-on learning of diverse ecosystems, habitats, and species. Water issues are at the forefront of challenges facing our world today. Availability of clean water and water-related diseases are major issues, especially in areas of limited access or drought.
I spent a lot of years getting training as an engineer in the field of water to try and use that in missions. And honestly, it's been hard because I have to go through a complete transformation of my understanding of my career, my understanding of my profession, on how I would actually use that to bring glory to Him in the nations. We've had opportunity to work all over the world now because of YWAM and the mission and working with different ministries. And there's so much need. You know, 1 million people die of bad water, mainly kids. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. There's the issues of hunger, there's the issues of poverty. We try to delve into those and give a good introduction to solutions through the Years School and through the Years program. So, you know, this week we're talking about microeconomics and how we can help the poor to get jobs that are real and to start that path of becoming what God's intention is.
Animal husbandry is another important component of the school. Students are introduced to a variety of livestock and the proper care of animals.
The chicken house, and it's part of the year's course together with the garden. And I'm really happy to be able to interact with the activities that are being carried out in the garden and in the chicken house. I used to think of chickens in a coop, but over here the chickens are really well cared for, and they have a nice little paddock to run around in. You could almost think of them as being free range, and I like the fact that they provide eggs for the school. I think that's really cool.
Students also dive into job creation and microfinance topics by people living and facilitating what they teach. Microfinance can create new community groups and create income among the poorest in the world.
After years of serving with YWAM, we started to look at ways that we could enter into communities that were closed to traditional missions, and YEARS has given us the tool set for doing that. We now have a ministry in Southeast Asia that provides microfinance loans to 650 families, and we also bring 3,000 families community health and development training for health, sanitation, nutrition, value of the female child. So I would recommend looking into the YEARS course. It has really changed my life and my missions outlook.
Sustainable agriculture celebrates our oldest mandate, tending and working the garden. We learn how to make inputs and cultivate crops for our communities. The fresh produce is used and grown on our campus year-round. Appropriate technologies are adapted and used in many situations using low cost, low energy, simple solutions for many contexts. Students build solar cookers, water filters, learn practical beekeeping, and other highly adaptive technologies.
My name's Peter Ilian with Restoring Eden. A lot of times Christians talk about, again, how we're made in the image of God, but they forget that we're made of the substance of the earth. And stewardship has to include issues of how we get food and healthy food and water and clean water and how we handle our waste and all these things that are involved in protecting the overarching fruitfulness, diversity, interconnectedness of humans in the midst of creation.
So many of the issues facing all of us are challenges related to managing, stewarding, and utilizing natural resources. Clean water, sanitation, hygiene, agriculture, finance are all things that affect each one of us in very real and important ways.
Kwa majina naitwa Bakari Ndovu Bakari. Ninataka kupendekeza watu wafanye mahali kule ninakotoka Afrika chini ya Sahara. Watu wengi ambao tunawafikia ni maskini, ni hohe hahe. Kwa hiyo tukisema kuwa tunafikisha upendo wa Mungu kupitia kwa injili peke yake, injili ya mdomo, bila kuwasaidia, ina maana tunafanya kazi bure. Kwa mfano, kwa watu ambao wamekumbwa na ukimwi, mimi na mke wangu tulifanya kazi kule maeneo ya Ziwa Victoria, ambayo 50% ni watu ambao wako na ukimwi. Ukitembea katika mitaa ile, utaona watoto wengi hawana baba, hawana mama. Jambo la pili, mahali pale ugonjwa wa kipindupindu na malaria. Sasa ukisema kuwa unawafikishia injili tu ya mdomo haitoshi, inapasa ufanye mambo mengi kama kuwalinda watoto, kujenga shule, elimu ya kulinda mazingira, elimu ya kilimo cha kisasa ambayo inasaidia. Uhitaji kuwa na pesa nyingi ili ufanye kilimo kile. Utakuwa unawasaidia watoto, utakuwa unasaidia jamii nzima, na kama ni kanisa, litakuwa ni kanisa ambalo ni la mafanikio, litakuwa ni kanisa ambalo liko na afya tele. Pia itasaidia kanisa kujitegemea, maana makanisa ya pande zile za dunia
Do you want to glorify God, protect His creation, and transform lives? Are you looking for the right tools to impact environmental health and restoration? Do you want to empower others and encourage stewardship of God's good earth?